The divine warning, how monsters and mathematics share an ancient linguistic DNA. Deep in the etymology of the English language lies a fascinating paradox that bridges the supernatural with the scientific, the terrifying with the technical. The words monster and demonstrate, seemingly unrelated in modern usage, share an ancient linguistic bloodline that reveals profound insights about human perception, divine interpretation, and the evolution of thought across millennia. In the shadow-filled temples and forum halls of ancient Rome, a monstrum was far more than a fearsome beast. It represented a cosmic tap on the shoulder, a divine communique designed to draw mortal eyes toward heaven's will. The Romans, with their rich tradition of augury and omens, saw these monstra as nature's deviations purposefully designed to demonstrate divine intent. A two-headed calf wasn't merely a biological anomaly, it was a celestial PowerPoint presentation, if you will, through which the gods chose to illustrate their messages. This perspective illuminates the brilliant linguistic bridge between the horrifying and the instructive. The Latin monstrare, meaning to show or to point out, gave birth to our modern word demonstrate, a term now firmly entrenched in the rational worlds of science, mathematics, and logic. Meanwhile, its sibling monstrum evolved into monster, carrying forward its legacy of the extraordinary and unnatural, though largely stripped of its original divine significance. Consider the delicious irony. While a mathematics professor demonstrates a theorem at a whiteboard, they are engaging in an act linguistically linked to ancient Roman priests interpreting monstrous omens. Both are, in their own ways, revealing truths, one through the crystalline lens of logic, the other through the mysterious language of the gods. The shared etymology reveals even deeper philosophical undertones, as both words trace back to the Proto-Indo-European root *men, meaning to think. This connection suggests an ancient understanding that both the monstrous and the demonstrable serve as catalysts for human thought and comprehension. Whether through fear or through logical proof, both compel us to engage our minds and grapple with meaning. In modern times, we've largely divorced these linguistic siblings. Demonstrations belong to the realm of proof and pedagogy, while monsters lurk in our entertainment and nightmares. Yet their shared ancestry reminds us that the human drive to understand, whether through rational examination or supernatural interpretation, remains fundamentally unchanged. The professor's geometric proof and the ancient oracle's interpretation of omens represent the same basic human endeavor, the quest to make sense of our world. This etymological journey also highlights how language evolves to serve changing human needs. As society shifted from supernatural to scientific explanations, demonstrate retained its core meaning of showing or proving, while monster drifted toward our modern conception of the frightening and unnatural. Yet both words continue to serve vital roles in how we process and communicate the unusual or remarkable. Perhaps most poetically, this linguistic connection reminds us that the act of showing, of demonstrating, has always been intertwined with the extraordinary. Whether through the precision of a mathematical proof or the spine-tingling description of a mythological beast, humans have consistently sought ways to point out the remarkable to one another. The next time you encounter a mathematical demonstration or a monster in a horror film, remember, you're witnessing the modern descendants of an ancient Roman concept, one that saw divine significance in the act of showing and proving. In this way, every demonstration carries a whisper of the mysterious, and every monster retains a trace of the instructive. It's a reminder that language, like human understanding itself, weaves together the rational and irrational, the ordinary and the extraordinary, in patterns that continue to enlighten and surprise us. This is more than just an etymological curiosity, it's a window into how human minds have grappled with knowledge and meaning across the centuries. The monster under your bed and the proof on the blackboard might be more closely related than you ever imagined, both serving as descendants of humanity's eternal drive to point out the significant and extract meaning from the extraordinary.